go from Houston. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. First and 10 now from the 36. They'll throw to begin with Purdy. Ayuk makes the catch right side. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Opening carry of the game for the versatile Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Shotgun snap to Purdy. Short one there, caught by Kittle. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Here's Purdy on first and 10. Right back to Kittle. That's another one. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Again for McCaffrey running right. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They'll go back to McCaffrey on first down. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's second and 9. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete. Trying to get it to Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield. Now it's going to be third down. From the gun, it's Purdy. A throw on the move is caught. It's a big play there on third down, but there is a marker down, and that is not a good sign for the offense. Now it is first and goal. Purdy going to give this one to McCaffrey. Down to the 4, it'll be second and goal. On second down, Purdy. And he's in. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, 49ers. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. First carry for Joe Mixon. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter.
Texans nothing.
They face second down and 7. They'll go right back to Mixon. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Linebacker Fred Warner brings him down. Here comes 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Stroud. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Dre Greenlaw. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
Ayuk makes the play along the sideline.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Purdy works out of the pistol. He'll complete this one. That's Deebo Samuel. And he's going to be taken down after a big second down pickup, but we do have a penalty marker on the field. First and 10 for Purdy. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
He'll let this go towards the end zone. And the Texans are going to take over once again, this time at their own 8-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Stroud to throw here on first down. That's caught downfield by Diggs. Big connection there. They get all the way near midfield on that ball. First and 10.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He'll let this go deep for Diggs. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there, and it'll lead to a second down. Now, Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
They've been a little up and down in this first half. I mean, they have less than 80 yards of total offense and halftime looms. So missed throws like that, those are missed opportunities. They've got to hit the plays when they have them if they want to have a chance to leave here with a win.
From the gun here on third down, it's Stroud. Back to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Giamador Lenore.
All right, So that's consecutive drives now. You've come out here and thrown interceptions. I think at this point, Mike, it's time to run the ball. It's time to give this offense a little bit of a reset, settle this quarterback down. And if nothing else, let's cool off this secondary. They are flying to the ball. They are taking chance after chance. Let's remove them from the defense for a while, make them defend the run, and let's get our offense back on track.
Gets this one into the hands of Jawan Jennings. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35. To throw on first down is Purdy.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of Southern California. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. On the give, this is Mixon. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts.
First down and goal to go.
A chance here to draw level before the break. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Mixon. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. There is a marker down, but I think this score is going to hold up. So now this to get him back to even heading into the break. He gets it to go, and the Texans will level things out at 7 apiece. So, a new ball game. We are all tied. Final moments of this first half as the kick's away. Deebo Samuel going to get a chance to return it. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. He'll push it downfield. This one for Kittle. So, 1 touchdown apiece for our 2 teams. 7-7 on the board here at the break. As we'll send you over to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by. He's got the EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the touchdown apiece, 7-7 the score as we begin half number 2. Here's Pierce for the return. Wow, they are hitting now. It's been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on that return. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
With the struggles they had running the ball in the first half, Mike, it makes sense that they're trying here early in the second to get this ball carrier going. But this last run's not going to do him any favors. Another rush, another loss of yards.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And for a third time today, he's intercepted. And now he loses the football. And that is not going to help at all. They needed a whole chunk of yards, not going out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. 4th and long coming up. On first down, they'll start with Mixon. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. 17 yards, the gain there. It's good for a Texans first down.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the third quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
That's into the hands of Diggs. And he will score. Touchdown, Houston. Now Fairbairn for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Texans will move out to a 14-7 lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. Samuel, going to see what he can do. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line.
The Niners take over first down at their own 23-yard line.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. He'll push it downfield. This one for Kittle. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Can he get away? No! He's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet inbounds. A big 3rd down pickup for a first down.
And the 49ers first down.
Play fake to McCaffrey. Now Purdy. A ball deep for the end zone. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the intended receiver there. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Off the play fake. Here's Purdy. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
First down, San Francisco.
Play action. Here's Purdy. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Back to the air is Purdy. And that one just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down.
You can hear some boo birds coming out with some angry fans here right behind us, Mike, and rightfully so. They went from 2nd and long, which is obviously not ideal, to now 3rd and nearly impossible. I mean, it's looked about as bad as you can imagine.
So, 3 quarters now in the books.
With the score, Texans
Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They need one right now. 3rd and long. They'll go play action with Purdy. Open man downfield is Kittle. A pretty good comeback, to say the least. Not enough for a first down, but a really solid pickup. And it brings us to 4th down. They'll run for it. It's McCaffrey. And he's going to have a Niners first down. He's brought down after a gain of 7 on 4th and 2.
First down, 49ers.
Again, it's McCaffrey. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They run once more with McCaffrey. And the 49ers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Now, 1st and goal. And they'll run here with McCaffrey. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. He's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
They'll drop to throw. And he's into the end zone. Brock Purdy. Touchdown, San Francisco. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
All right, so Mike, now the interesting thing is, do you want to take the lead with still enough time for your opponent to get the ball back to go to try to win it? I think I'm kicking the extra point here, tie the game. I don't want my opponent in a fast 2-minute mode to try to win this game in regulation. Now I'm playing for overtime.
Here's Pierce for the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
Their own 26-yard line.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. Stroud going to set up to throw. That one knocked away and incomplete. Tank Dell was the one he was looking for, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
Here's second down. On play action, Stroud. He'll look deep here for Diggs. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him, and will bring up third down. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. He's got his man. Complete to Dell. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a first down.
Trust me, Mike, I've been there. You're this close to the goal line. You're thinking you're going to score, and it's going to be 6. You're fighting, you're clawing, but you can't lose the ball. Everything has to be about protecting the football. Your heart drops when that ball slips out of your hands, and in this case, kind of dodges a bullet as this one goes harmlessly out of bounds.
Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their second. They'll stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Throwing on second down, Stroud. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. And the Texans are going to be looking at a first and goal. He's out of bounds at the 3-yard line. 12 yards on the pickup, and that's a first down. Here is first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Texans going to use the last of their timeouts here. And they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining on the clock. So now it's Kaimi Fairbairn in a pressure situation. This a potential game winner. This kick is good. And they take the lead in the final minute of this game.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the fourth quarter.
This is first and 10. Play action now. Purdy. And the rush gets there. Down he goes. The Niners use the first of their timeouts. They get it with 19 seconds left on the clock. Now on second and long. They'll go play action. Purdy. This throw left side caught by Kittle. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 36 yards. A play fake. Now it's Purdy. Right back to Kittle. That's another one. Down the right sideline. And he's going to go all the way. How about some late magic? They've taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
What a game this has been. It hangs in the balance until the very end, yet somehow they get a touchdown here late, Mike, and
feel like I'm never enough. I say I don't